Hi friends, welcome to VBSM Academy. In the last class, we are studying about the energy band and its classification. The continuity of this class is the molecules arranged in solids, liquids and gases are not the same. You know that. Solids are different, liquids are different, and gases are different. In solids, we know that it is a lattice structure where the atoms are compactly close arrangement, which is called lattice structure. And in liquids, the atoms are a little bit apart in its structure. In gases, it is rapid, random, zigzag motion of gaseous particles. What we are studying about the Brownian motion of the molecules. You know, in gases, the molecular arrangement is not close, whereas in liquids, it is moderate. Therefore, the electron orbitals partly covered when atoms approach mutually. Because of the combining of atoms within solids as an alternative of single energy levels, the levels of energy bands are formed. Because of the energy levels, series of formation of bands of energy levels is formed. The set of energy levels is packed closely, which is known as the energy band. It is the set of energy levels packed closely that is called energy band. This energy band, the number of atoms within a crystal stone can be nearer to each other, as well as the number of electrons will interact with each other. The energy levels of electrons within the shell can be caused due to the changes in their energy levels. The energy levels during an absorption or emission during the transmission of electrons in the atomic structure. The energy levels of the electrons within the shell can be caused due to the changes in their energy levels. The main feature of the energy band is that the electrons' energy states of electronics are stable in different ranges. So, the energy level of an atom will change in conduction bands and valence bands. Let us discuss about the conduction band and valence band in detail. To understand the conduction band and valence band, my dear friends, it is better to know about the atomic model, Bohr's atomic hydrogen model, or any other Bohr's atomic model is very important. In 1913, Niels Bohr proposed a theory for the hydrogen atom based on quantum theory of physics, that the energy is transferred only in certain well-defined quantities. Bohr's atomic model means immediately you should be able to recollect your memory of the studying of the quantum physics or the quantum theory of radiation. Here, electrons should move around the nucleus, but only in the prescribed orbitals, specific orbitals, a definite atomic orbitals which are K, L, M, N, O, P, which are called the principal orbitals of the atomic structure. So, my dear friends, this is very important to know that Bohr's theory could explain why atoms emitted light in fixed wavelengths. According to the theory of Bohr, each shell from an atom includes a separate quantity of energy at dissimilar levels. You know, my dear friends, the atomic levels, which are called the principal orbitals, K, L, M, N, O, P, in each and every specific orbitals, in each and every prescribed orbitals, you can see the dissimilar levels of energy, the quantity of energy. This theory mainly gives the details about the communication of electrons. moment of electrons, transition of electrons. These electrons are moving. If they gain the electrical energy or some other thing, they will excite themselves and they will jump from one level to another level. So therefore, electrons revolve around the nucleus in a circular path, which are known as orbits or energy level. This is a very important thing to know, energy band theory. We should know about the orbits or energy levels. You see, as you know that the atomic structure, this is the nucleus of an atom, where this is an atom can absorb energy and gets excited itself, that is energized atom. Similarly, the atom can also emit energy. It radiates. It emits energy. So therefore, it is better to understand, it is very necessary to understand about the atom and its behavior during the energy of absorption or energy of radiation. So my dear friends, as you know that the atomic structure, the electrons which are revolving around the nucleus of an atom, the analogy how the planet and the sun, the planets which are revolving around the sun. In the same way, this is an analogy of the structure of atom, where you can see the electrons which are revolving around the nucleus of an atom in different orbitals, which are principal orbitals, which are also called as a prescribed orbitals or a specific orbitals or a definite orbitals. So I would like to divert your attention towards the Bohr's model of the atom, Niels Bohr. The great scientists of the Bohr atomic model, electrons orbit the nucleus in different orbitals, represent specific quantities of energy, a definite quantity of energy. The energy of the electrons in an atom are quantized. Because of the definite or the specific energy levels is nothing but the quantized. Only certain electron orbits energy levels are allowed. The orbital electrons are some negatively charged electrons, and the nucleus containing positively charged protons as well as the neutrons which are neutral in charge. That you know that this structure of atom. So the Bohr model atom is a very important model for the examination point of view. The PUC students or the 10th standard students or the degree level students or the competitive examination students, they should remember the Bohr model of the atom. This is the great scientist Niels Bohr. So energy band theory. According to the energy band theory, the energy bands are classified into three types, which include the following: valence band, forbidden energy gap, and conduction band. You know, my dear friends, if you observe the figure carefully, this is the band energy, where you can come across the conduction band and the valence band. What is conduction band and what is valence band? Let us discuss. Between the conduction band and valence band, the gap exists between the space between conduction band and valence band is called forbidden energy gap. So conduction band and valence band. What is that band? It is the series of valence electrons leads to the formation of valence band. Similarly, what is conduction band? It is also a series of conductivity of the energy levels leads to the study of conduction band. Okay, now what is valence band? The flow of electrons within the atoms in a fixed energy levels. However, the energy of the electron in inner shell is superior to the outer shell electrons. The electrons which are present within the outer shell are named as valence electrons, which are also called as free electrons, which are also referred as outermost orbital electrons, are called valence electrons. These electrons include a sequence of energy levels which form an energy band named as valence band. This band includes the maximum occupied energy. Further, let us discuss about the metal conduct electricity easily because of the energy levels. I told you these are the energy levels of the specific energy levels. Or there are more energy levels available than there are electrons to fill them, so very little energy is required to find new energies for electrons to occupy. The resistivity of the material is a measure of flow. Now the electrons are revolving around the nucleus of an atom, how it will flow because of the conductivity and all. How difficult it is for a current to flow. So here is very important thing to know. The highest field level at T is equal to 0 kelvins is known as the valence band. Electrons in the valence band do not participate in the conduction process. The first unfilled level above the valence band is known as conduction band. The first unfilled level above the valence band is known as conduction band. So totally, in metals there is no forbidden gap. The conduction band and the valence band overlap in case of metals, but in case of liquids it is quite varies, allowing free electrons to participate in the conduction process, and it is quite different in insulators also. Insulators have an energy gap that is far greater than the thermal energy of the electron, while semiconductor materials, the energy gap is typically around 1 electron unit. So my dear friends, here very important is energy band theory. You should come across the valence band, forbidden energy gap and conduction band. So this is a conduction band, the uppermost part. And the valence band, this is valence band. In between the conduction band and valence band, there is a band gap, that is a forbidden band gap. Thank you for listening. See you again in the next forthcoming classes.